Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia. This is the summary for day 57 and 58. So yesterday I did not do any video because I was busy. My wife's birthday. And also I was busy working on something for Defense Politics Asia. That will something that I've already mentioned before, that to cover other part of the world. And I have some ideas I mentioned, and I actually went on to do it. I will be reporting on it soon, so stay tuned. And meanwhile, according to intelligence, a submarine is detected underneath the like button. So I need you guys to do something about that submarine beneath the like button. So, and for those that is not subscribed, there's a mobilization call for you to press the subscribe button. So please answer to the mobilization, press the subscribe button, and I'll see you soon for basic military training. So anyway, back to the summary. Missile strikes. So the Russian Defense Ministry reported that they have fired caliber missiles at the Mykolaiv train station. So basically, is this little town here. So they actually hit this train station. So they say that there is up to a battalion of enemy personnel with weapons and military equipment near the railway station. So not sure what is that supposed to mean. Not sure if they actually hit the railway station or they actually hit the units and equipment that was gathered around this area. So this is the report from there. Another missile strike was actually reported, but this one was not reported by the Defense Ministry. It's actually reported from the open source, mainly from the Russian sources. They said, and there's actually photos showing that this railway bridge over at Zaporizhzhia was attacked by missiles. So apparently, according to this information, there is 2 missiles being shot at this bridge. One of them was shot down by air defense, but the other one actually hit the target. So actually, there's a photo of this burning. I'm not sure if I shared it into the DPA Telegram channel. You may check it out. Maybe you'll find out. And okay, so let's move on to the Southern Front. So in the Mykolaiv region, there's no changes and update. There's fighting reported at Molodetsk. This is the only thing that is different. So according to this Twitter tweet, it said that the Ukrainian defenders attacked the Russians in where 3 Tiger armored vehicles are destroyed near Molodetsk, which is around here. They say it's around Alexandrivka, so I believe the fighting is probably around this open area here. So that's all, but however, there's actually no changes in the front line. There is also a report. So now in the Kryvyi Rih Front, there's a report that the Russians have attempted to attack Trudolubivka. So the fighting around here did not result in a Russian victory. So according to the Ukrainian operational information, which is their defense ministry, they mentioned that the Russians retreated to their previous positions. So this is the Southern Front. So moving on to the Zaporizhzhia Line. On the line, there is not much information other than there's already there's fighting at Stepov, Prione, there's fighting at Potavska, there's attack the fighting for Huyaipo, as well as Polohi. So no changes here. The push here did not continue. There's no news regarding all these locations. So and there's fighting reported at Neskushny, and of course Blahodatny, as well as Velika Novoselka. So basically the fighting for this area still continues. These are rather important city in this region because it controls the path across the river on the both sides, because there's this little river that's going up this entire chain. So to the north of Velika Novoselka, airstrike is reported by the Russian Defense Ministry. They actually reported airstrikes on Koma, Bagatia, as well as Troitsky. So so they actually mentioned in this, they say they hit 26 military targets. Among them, there's 2 command posts and 21 areas of Ukrainian forces and troops. So there's also 3 missiles and artillery weapons depot was destroyed. So anyway, so which means actually these 3 points are actually just missile and artillery depots. So actually they might have airstrike other locations as well. So I read this a little bit wrong before that. There is no change regarding the situation around Donetsk, the Donetsk Front. Moving south to Mariupol, no news in terms of the fighting. However, the majority of the Russian forces are now withdrawing from Mariupol. And let me show you a footage. Okay, stop shouting. Okay, then so this guy is reporting about the vehicles. I think these are the Somalis, if I'm not wrong. So they are actually withdrawing from Mariupol. Mariupol is behind. So okay, let's not hear him rant anymore. So according to another Russian source, they say the Somalia battalion now goes back to Donetsk from Mariupol. I believe the group is the same group as the footage one. So as the main force withdraw from Mariupol, it looks like they're going to have a rest at Donetsk, because the description was that they're going to travel to Donetsk. My own feeling is that they might actually be redeployed to Popasna, or they might be fighting at Avdiivka. So I believe the urban warfare experts will be sent to Popasna, since they are actually rather experienced fighting at Mariupol. They might also fight at Avdiivka. So by my gut feeling is Popasna somehow. I feel that they wanted this place more than Avdiivka somehow, but this is just my own gut feeling. It is quite a distance away, so let's see where they go later, if it's being reported. So moving on to Luhansk Front. In Popasna, I decided to shrink down the pimple and decided to start covering the exact locations of the Russian captured. And currently, this is what I gathered. This is basically half of Popasna. So the Russians reportedly have captured the Popasnaya 1 train station. So there's actually two train stations in Popasna. The other one is actually here. You can see Popasna 2. So this is actually Popasna 1. This is the main train station. This is the secondary one. So the Russian forces have captured this one. Earlier, they have actually captured one of the governmental buildings around here. And on this side, there is a geolocation of Russian military reporter reporting. So they were reporting around here. So given our standard is around 1 kilometer radius, we can confirm that at least this area is Russian controlled. So similarly from these captured points, I actually give half a kilometer, but because I think they actually captured one of the governmental buildings around here, that allows me to actually go to around here, but I forgot to indicate it, so never mind. But I will start to track the exact location through geolocations or any reports, so that we can have a more accurate picture of Popasna, because I think this is the city to watch, if you ask me. And then moving on, there is no updates and changes regarding the front line at Severodonetsk, as well as there's no real update about Rubizny, because the Ukrainians have been challenging the statement that Rubizny was captured by Russia. However, the Ukrainians also didn't seem to offer much evidence that it was not. So that's that. There's no update about Zaporizhzhia. It's still rumored that it is occupied or captured by the Russians, but there's no clear evidence. The fighting seems to be continuing at Zaporizhzhia, and so we are now in the Izyum Front already. The Ukrainians reported that from this tweet, which was attributed to the Ukrainian armed forces, that the Russians have captured Zelina Dolina. Zelina Dolina is this little village here. So, but however, I have always maintained this border that this is all Russian territory, because they were previously already captured by Russian forces or Luhansk People's Republic forces. So not sure if there's any changes to the border actually. So I'm going to maintain this until I can have a clearer picture of what is actually happening here. I'm not going to take this for it. We finally have confirmation also from this tweet that the Russians have a foothold in Lozove, which basically I can read this as they have captured Lozove or Lozove, depending on how you want to pronounce this. The capturing of Lozove or Lozove would corroborate the capture of Yakivska as well as Rupsi, and these positions also kind of validates that Oskil might actually be Russian. So because this is the only road for reinforcement, and if this is Russian, then this is very hard to be Ukrainian. So I've closed up this entire border area. So now this is a massive capture by the Russian moving south here. Interestingly, there is actually a report coming out from the Russian sources that there is actually fighting at how to pronounce this? Svyatogorsk. So there you see, it's here. So in the northern direction, the Allied forces, which is referring to the Russian, is fighting at the outskirts of Liman, which is here, and Svyatogorsk. Never mind, forget it. Yeah, so this is the there's fighting reported around here. However, I have no idea how they actually is fighting around here. Is it coming from the north, or coming from the east, or coming from the west? So because it can actually come from any direction, because it could be very well that the Russian forces that captured here actually drive all the way south and start to fight around here, or it could be coming in from the east, and then coming towards Svyatogorsk. So this city, however, is rather significant because it's a religious city. They have this very beautiful castle-like church, which the West immediately crying about how sad this place is, and then that the Russians are not going to take good care of this place by bombing it or whatever. So once I get more information about where they where the Russians actually come from, I will let you know, because there is always a possibility that they actually took Stedonok, take Sovnov, and then they're actually here fighting around the outskirts, or they can actually come south from here. So there's so many possibilities, so I do not know how to actually do this. South of Izyum, there's fighting reported at Vernopilia, which wasn't reported previously. This is by a OSIN aggregator Twitter account. So this adds on to the number of locations that is reportedly fighting. Sukhoi 25 is shot down over Novodimitrivka. This one is reported by the Defense Ministry of Russia, as well as an earlier report that the Ukrainian Mi-8 is actually shot down over Bavinkov. So the fighting is still very fierce south of Izyum. There seems to be no progress as of yet. There is also a number of reports of planes getting shot down around this region. The Russian planes getting shot down by the Ukrainians. So, but because I don't cover the Russian side, because the Russians have too many aircrafts, and and I'm also not too sure whether if I should continue to cover the Ukrainian side, because of the reinforcements of the Air Force coming to the Ukrainian side. It might not be very meaningful to continue to cover the Air Force losses on the Ukrainian side. And I would think about it, whether to actually continue to cover this, because it will start to get a bit misleading if I only report on the Ukrainian planes getting shot down rather than the Russian ones. But because I don't report the Russian one purely because they just have too many planes, and reporting on them it's not very meaningful. It doesn't help when the Ukrainians are very vague about their information of the shooting down. And for those that have been let me go to the Kharkiv Front first. There is a report of fighting at Stara Khinilisia. No other news regarding this already. I think I've reported this in the previous summary. And in terms of this location, let me push up a bit. This is Zirkuni. So Zirkuni is previously, I think a few summaries ago, I reported that Ukrainians have this massive push towards Ruski. And then the Ukrainian border actually goes all the way up. You can see. However, there is this conflicting report, because the Russian sources say that Zirkuni is actually under Russian control, because the Ukrainians are reinforcing Saltivka. So, and then I actually saw a new post on the Russian side, pro-Russian side, that let me just read. They say that the Ukrainian armed forces is firing at the Russians, which are delivering and distributing humanitarian aid in Zirkuni. So because of this information, I feel that it's getting a bit more, believable that Zirkuni is actually still under Russian control. As such, I have decided to push back the border here to correct and invalidate this push by the Ukrainians. So officially on my end, on DPA's end, we will view this location as Russian control, because the amount of information about Zirkuni as well as the northern Saltivka seems to be more believable, rather than just a one-liner about the capture of Ruski. So this is the situation in Kharkiv. For the many people that have been commenting, about where is Gonzalo Lira? Okay, Gonzalo Lira appeared. I have not been reporting about this at all. Firstly, because I don't think it's important, and he's just one journalist out of the hundreds and thousands of people dying every day. However, since there is some interest, and I actually saw new information from the Russian source, so I'm going to just report about this. So Gonzalo Lira got in touch, and it's confirmed that he was actually captured by SBU. SBU is like a secret police kind of thing, or the Internal Security Bureau of Ukraine. So this Chilean American reporter or director, he disappeared for a week at least, and then finally he got in touch with Duran, the Duran YouTube channel. I think this one of the top military channels, I think, will be covering this Ukrainian war. So basically, he said that he was captured on April 15. April 15, he was detained by the SBU, and then he was basically held, prisoned. He was arrested for security reasons, but it was not specified what kind of security reason. So his equipment and computers are all seized, basically confiscated. So this journalist, this Gonzalo Lira guy, he's very critical of the Ukrainian side. He's currently in Kharkiv, which is why I put this here. And he's totally healthy, have no issue, and he's planning to continue to report in Ukraine. So So according to his testimony, he allegedly saying that there's a link between SBU and the Azov battalion, which are involved in execution of prisoner of war, and then so which these guys took responsibility, which I do not know. I don't really see that they took responsibility for this, for the disappearance of this guy, this Gonzalo guy. So he said that the reason he was released was because of public outcry, because the whole world is asking about him, including the "Where is Gonzalo Lira" hashtag. So eventually this information came to the SBU agents, and then they kind of freaked out and decided to let him go. So he thanks everyone for not forgetting. He thanked everyone and urged not to forget about other people who are under the same situation as him, who had disappeared while reporting in Ukraine, which is all these guys. So this is the Gonzalo Lira thingy. So there is also more information, more news. So you might have already known this. In TURF, they at this Aerospace Defense Research Institute in Russia, there was a huge fire. 7 people died and 26 are injured due to this fire. So this fire seems to be very spontaneous and very fast, because a normal fire can't really kill so many people suddenly, I guess. So maybe it's a bombing, who knows, but officially it's actually a fire. So reportedly it's actually an old firing and flammable plastic cladding that caused the fire, which I find that very suspicious. So what's the importance of this location was that it is actually where Iskander and S-400 is actually designed. So this is one peculiar situation, very specific, that is this specific building that caught fire in the middle of a war. And then a day later, the Dmitrievsky chemical plant exploded. So it is actually this plant around here. So it's a chemical plant. Not sure exactly what they do. They manufacture chemical solvents. So basically this exploded into a huge fire. So the pro-Russian side, the analysts and supporters are starting to be a bit suspicious about all these things, because it's like it's a bit too coincidental. So perhaps this might be sabotage mission. This could be just anti-Russian terrorism. We can't be sure. So and finally, before I end, there is this information coming out from Russia Today. In this interview with the deputy commander of the Central Military District, Rustam Mykolaiv. So according to him, he said that the second phase of the operation has begun 2 days ago, which is probably at the beginning of the previous summary. And then they said that what is significant about this is that he mentioned that there's an objective of the objective of the second stage is to control the entire South Ukraine and stretching all the way to Transnistria. So, which is to unoppress the Russian-speaking population. So this is very very peculiar, because if they are going to push westward towards Transnistria, I don't think they would just tell everyone, especially through RT. So this is very unusual. To me, I will call this misinformation. I don't think it's true. I think the Russians purposely try to put out this false information to distract the Ukrainians into sending more forces around Odessa and Mykolaiv to defend against this possible western incursion on the south of Ukraine. So I don't believe this will happen. But let's see. Maybe he's very honest. But no, the Russians always lie, right? So the Russians cannot be trusted. So I don't think you should trust this anyway as well. So anyway, this is, yeah, no more. So this is the summary for, this is summary for day 51 to 58, 21 and 22nd of April. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next update. And don't forget that submarine underneath the like button. Do something about it, comrades. And Slava Dapine. Wrong. Slava Dipani. See you.